What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm here with some kind of bad news. I'm not terribly happy about this, but it's not amazing. Now, let's start with the good news first before we get onto the bad news later. You know that lovely set of 6 promo cards I showed you from the upcoming Giga Jump magazine? I showed you the other day, and they're kind of amazing. Also, since I showed you this last time, I've gone through the first bit where we meet Smoker and TCG. They might be my favourite characters, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. They are both extremely cool. Like, the first time Smoker comes in, it's just cute. As somebody who's got kids, it is just adorable. But my point here is really rather simple. This looks awesome. Yay! We love this. We've now got much clearer looks at the cards, and they are just awesome. Now they are, and I did tell you this the other day, but I do think this bears repeating, they are alternate art cards. They are not new cards. They are not mechanically unique, as I like to say. You don't need these. Now they're extremely cool and you may want them. That's a very different thing, ladies and gentlemen. But they're not these things that everybody has to have or anything along those lines. They are very, very cool, and I absolutely love them, and I'm a gigantic fan. But it's not something we need right now. Okay, there we go. Now this is extremely cool. We love this. So what have we actually got? Well, we got a bunch of 6 cards. We've got ourselves Nami, Perona, Carrot, Tashigi, Black Maria, and Charlotte Pudding. And as previously mentioned, they are coming in a new issue of Giga Jump magazine. Well, kind of. They are kind of coming in the new issue of Giga Jump magazine. For what it's worth, this is the issue that you want. It is now out. It is proving to be a bit of a pain to actually get. I never saw it available for shipping to the UK. Now, I'm looking on Amazon Japan. That is by far the easiest and best place to go picking up Japanese magazines, because if you find them at the right time, they will ship them to anywhere in the world, and honestly, the shipping is about as good as you're going to get. And it's not hideously cheap, but that generally for me has proven to be like the best way to pick them up. So that's what I've gone and done. Never saw this, which is a bit annoying. Now, it is readily available from resellers to Japan. And the cheapest ones, we can see that it looks like there's a 680, but it's not really a 680. There's 750 shipping, so it's really like 1430. I think that's right. It's generally selling for like 1650-ish. That's about what people are charging for it. The cover price is 660 yen. If I remember correctly, so not ideal, not horrendous. Sorry, 680, I've double checked it, 680. So you're paying about 1,000 yen more than you should, you're paying about 2.5 times what you should be. But it's not horrendous for a real in-demand Japanese magazine. Good? No. Terrible? Nah, we'll get over it, ladies and gentlemen. We will get over it. I've ordered one of these. But you see, it's not that simple. Because the image I showed you the other day was a little bit confusing. Because the image I showed you the other day had a price on it that was more than 660 yen, despite the fact that the magazine was 660 yen, and this was, I think it's fair to say, a little bit confusing. And then in the small print there, it had a, what was it? It had a little bit of a 980 yen thing going on. What's happening? Well, it turns out, and I did suspect this, and I did tell you this in the previous video, these aren't just being included in the magazine. And this would be too generous, incidentally. I believe these are foil promos. Getting 6 foil promos in a 660 yen magazine, that should have sounded weird, and it did sound weird. And that's not what's happening, unfortunately. It's a mail-away campaign. I mean, the most generous we've seen so far, I mean, really, it's Psycho Jump. Psycho Jump has done this a few times. There were the 2 different issues where they gave you a half deck and 5 Don cards and something else. One time it was a paper play sheet, one time it was a cardboard deck box. And for what it's worth, both issues also had a Union Arena promo and a Yu-Gi-Oh promo. One also had I want to say, a Dragon Quest promo. Yeah, there's like a Dragon Quest arcade machine that looks very fun over in Japan. And the other one also had a sheet of stickers. So that was very, very generous. And there was the old issue of Giga Jump, one of the first, it might have been even the first crossover they did, you know, where you literally got a pack of 4 cards, which was ridiculous. So yeah, that was awesome. It was literally promo 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, that was early on. There was a V-Jump promo and there was the initial pack of 5 promos and then these 4. So my point is that 6 foil promos, a little bit too generous, unfortunately. For that, I can only apologize. So how does it work? Well, basically, I don't have every single detail in front of me, but it is a mail-away campaign. You get the magazine, and you basically have to enter by post to try and win these. And this is a bit strange. It's not the kind of thing we expect to see in US, Europe, etc. But in the same way, Japan still very much is big on print media, in a way that other countries a lot of the time really aren't. Japan also still does like genuine mail-away campaigns, which I very much appreciate and would appreciate more if I was in Japan. Now, the tweet goes like this. Giga 2023 Spring, all applicants appear on the service. One-piece card game, set of 6. It is a limited edition with a metallic glitter finish. In addition, the illustrations are drawn by 3 gorgeous artists. Don't miss it. You cannot apply from the electronic version. Now, that is a thing we see for magazines all over the world, but it's a thing we see in Japan as well. There are basically digital and physical versions of these magazines. That is the case for Giga Jump. You cannot apply for this from the digital magazine. What that generally means is that there is like a physical piece of paper inside that you have to kind of fill out and mail away. I don't know this for a fact yet, but I believe that is the case. That is generally the way it kind of works with stuff like this. And I think it's fair to say, or assume or guess or however it goes, that these are going to be only sent to Japan, i.e. you're going to have to apply with a Japanese address. Now, this is where it gets super awkward, because what you can, and this is what I'm trying, Incendio, this is what I'm trying, I don't know if it's going to work, but this is genuinely how I'm playing it. I have ordered this magazine, annoyingly, because I couldn't actually get it sent to the UK, I've had to get it sent to my proxy address in Japan. I use Tenso, not endorsing them, they're just the one I use. Not saying you should, not saying they're better than any others, just saying they're the one I use because people always ask. I am then going to get it forwarded from Tenso onto me. I am then going to hopefully use my rudimentary Japanese skills to fill out the application and legit mail it to Japan, using my proxy address as a winner address. Now, sometimes these competitions specifically don't allow proxy addresses. That's quite rare from what I've seen, so I'm going to apply that way. If you want these cards in the proper way, you have to get the Japanese magazine, which, because of the promotion, sold out ridiculously quickly in anywhere that's going to sell it, you know, send it easily overseas. So that means you've got to try and import this magazine from Japan, which is probably going to mean you need a proxy address, which is annoying. You then need to try and actually use a mail-away campaign, which is going to be annoying. And then cross your fingers you win. And then, of course, use a proxy address to get the cards to you. And that is actually what I'm trying to do, let's be clear. But I do think it's fair to say it's going to be an absolute pain. What is going to be easier for the vast majority of you, and I'm sorry because this is not the conclusion you wanted at the end of the video, find them on eBay, pick them up from resellers. They're not going to be terribly cheap. Hopefully there's going to be people selling them as individuals and you can just buy the one you want the most. For me, it's a TCG. She's cool. But the reality is, and I'm sorry that this is a conclusion, but this is the conclusion. It's not the way I wanted to end the video, but it is the only correct way to end the video. This might be too much hassle for the vast, vast, vast majority of people. Like I've said, there is a way to do it, and I've told you how to do it. I've shown you which magazine it is. It is Giga Jump Spring 2023. I've shown you the cover. This is the cover. Go and import that magazine. It is available on Amazon Japan, though you will have to use a proxy address. You then enter the mail-away campaign. I believe it's a mail-away campaign. I'm not 100% sure. It could be applying just online through the magazine with a QR code. But then again, if that was the case, it could probably work from the digital magazine then, couldn't it? But you have to get the physical magazine, not the digital. You have to enter the campaign, which is going to need some knowledge of Japanese. And then you're almost certainly going to have to use a proxy address, because I would be absolutely flat out over the top stunned if they would actually send this to anywhere outside of Japan. That is how you get these cards. And I told you I would tell you how to get these cards, and I have told you how to get these cards. I never told you it was going to be easy, and as far as they go, this is one of the more awkward ones. If you want an easier one to try and get hold of, right now over on Amazon Japan, the next issue of Giga Jump is coming, and that has the green Luffy promo, which is adorable, and that is just readily available on Amazon Japan. They will ship internationally. Now, it's a big fake magazine, so the shipping isn't terribly cheap, but they will. I hopefully tweeted out a link this morning. Go to my Twitter at @TheWassy to go and see it. That one is readily available. If you just want to pick up a cool Japanese One Piece promo, this is the one to pick up. It's readily available. You get yourself a Demon Slayer Union Arena promo as well. There's a Dragon Quest promo. There is a Yu-Gi-Oh promo. I believe there's a Dragon Ball Heroes promo. It's a very cool issue of the magazine, all right? But if you want to get the Giga Jump and you want to get these promos, you are going to have to work for it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Right, there we go. Now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you're going to be going after this. Tell me if you're going to be going for resellers, or tell me if you're just going to be leaving it. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. Oh, and actually, just before we finish, if you want a nice little bit of irony, there is an actual mail-away campaign in that Giga Jump as well to get this trio of cards from Dragon Ball Heroes, which is kind of awesome. So yes, go nuts in the comment section, be nice, and then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.